Something that I've been trying to do more and more is teach people to get to grip the floor, to create a nice hard arch and kind of drive through there. Typically, you always hear drive through the heel, and that's true. As we've gone over before, you want to be able to feel your heel and lock in through your whole heel and your tibia. And when I say that, feeling your heel doesn't mean, again, it doesn't mean flexing your ankle and pushing off here. It means having a stable foot. We don't change any other joints, the angle they're in. We stay in a neutral position and change the pressures and the joints above and below. So we're going to have a nice stable foot and press through here. But what we're trying to achieve is more of an active foot and not just getting pressure there, but using the whole foot to create pressure. So what this is called sometimes is a short foot or a tripod foot. And what they mean by that is we're putting pressure through the big toe, right behind the little toe, and then that whole heel kind of mid-arch, ladder arch complex. So when we think of a short foot, they call it that because what you're doing is actually gripping the ground with your toes. You're pulling back. And if you can see that right here, as I pull back, I'm going to create a nice hard arch, and you can feel it stiffens the foot tissue all up. And it gives you a nice stable base. It actually fires your glute and locks you into the ground. But the biggest problem I'm having is that when I try to teach people this, instead of staying back on the weight and keeping the load centered in the mid-arch to the whole heel and down through that tibia, they're shifting their load forward to the toes. So creating a short foot or a tripod foot isn't curling your toes up. This isn't gripping the ground. You're not gripping anything. It's like if I ran my hand across here and I just slid my fingers back. I didn't do anything. I need to put force down into the surface and pull back while I press down through the palm, the back edge, the heel of my hand. And it's the same thing we're trying to do here. We're not just pulling the toes back, and then usually what actually ends up occurring is people shift their weight forward. What we're doing is putting pressure down and actively pulling against the ground, trying to grip the ground. That'll automatically stiffen, shorten up the foot, and create a more stable base. So when you try to create that tripod foot, don't think about I'm just pulling my toes back. Think about I'm driving them into the ground. I'm locking in, I'm rooting into the ground as hard as I can, and I'm pulling back to stiffen my foot up and create a nice hard arch to drive through.